All right, what we're going to see in this video is basically getting the van ready, putting everything in the van that I think I'm going to need. I'm going to put more things than I'm probably going to need in this trip, in this experience, in this adventure. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be able to use out of everything I'm taking, but I'd rather take more than not enough and then find out I should have brought something with me. So as I travel through on this trip, you're going to notice some of the things I took with me. I'm going to use a lot of the stuff that I take with me. So, but then again, when you take a trip like this, you can decide on your own whether you really think you're going to need that. I think I took a lot more than I should have taken, but at the same time, I'm glad I took some things that that I didn't think I was going to use. I ended up using it. So, and everything changes depending on the weather, depending on car problems or whatever that are going to change. But everything that I'm taking has a purpose. So, make a note of the things that I take, that I pack in the van. And if there's something that you think you're not going to need, well, you don't put it on there. Like I said, I overstuffed my van. And kind of, in a way, I wish I hadn't done that much. But at the same time, I'm glad I did, because certain things I did use that I didn't think I was going to use. So stick around and watch me pack the van, and I'll explain the things that I'm taking, why I'm taking them. Giddy up. All right, this is the bed that I built in the back. I did not show how I built it, but I do show once it's already built. It's pretty simple woodwork, 2x4s put together to create. Now I did use the original clamps from the seats to clamp it down or to screw it down to it. I also have these styrofoam windows that I created, and I made them to fit the actual windows to give me privacy, to give me insulation. There's also no better insulation than styrofoam, so this is what it looks like from the outside. Now, lady can fit perfectly in there. Both can fit in there pretty good. This is a desk that I built to put my laptop and some essentials that I need that are easy access to them from where I'm driving. So, and I screw this thing into the shelf that I built. This is my water tank with a electric pump that is charged with a USB. And I have my light and some straps and also my sunshade. I brought a lot of things that I may not need, but I've got the essentials, the soaps, shampoos, my eraser, creams, soaps, all kinds of things that I need, essentials on the everyday basis. And deodorant, because I want to smell good for the bears. An umbrella also, just in case it rains and I need to get out of the car for whatever reason. I have an umbrella. This is my reflector in case of an emergency. I can put it on the road and let people know that I'm stranded. I also took some shower curtains, and there's 2 of them. And just in case I have to shower outside the van, I designed a little shower room, if you will. And I'll show you that later. I also took with me a long knife, serrated so I can cut wood, a little knife that I could probably use. I'm finding places to store them now, but they could change as I go on the trip. I also took some the string what I use here for a weed eater string, because I use it to play with Lady, and I will show you how to play with your dog using that string right there. And there she is waiting for me to play with her, but I'm not going to do it right now because I am working. I got all my essential tools here, my carving tool there, my axe, some hooks, extra jack for the tire if I need to change the tire, and a rubber hammer. You just never know what you could use it for. But I brought plenty of stuff that I may never use, but it's best to have it and not use it than to not have it when you need it. I took an extra jack and I store it right there where it fits. It's out of the way. I also have all the essentials that I'm gonna have to have. Suntan lotion, spray for lubricants, some to clean my brushes, to fight wasps. I might be close to where I'm parked or camping, and they're really dangerous. I'm just ready, just in case. You never know when I'm gonna need it. And at the bottom of my seat, I'm gonna put some stuff in there that I have space for, like extra oils, motor oil, extra transmission fluid, extra brake fluid. You know that the tire for a flat, the fix a flat, ropes. You just never know. There's so many things that you could use from time to time that you may need them. I have my drum set that I took with me. It's just a practice pad, but I use it for killing time while I'm doing things out there. I took my little fence here for the dog to keep her from trying to go to the front of the seat. I also have actually I took two of them, those air compressors that you connect to the cigarette lighter. Well, I took several of those, and I took binoculars and extra little tools. Like I said, I'm taking too much, but this is what I decided to take, and you can decide to take whatever you want. I also took, battery cables to charge the battery. I took emergency vest so people can see me when I'm on the road and I'm stranded. I took a magnet with me just in case I need to get things that I can't reach. This magnet will help me out. And I took, of course, things to barbecue sausages with or whatever I want to cook. Got all my suitcases, all my clothes in there, a change of socks, underwear, etc., etc. Metal tubing that would help me for my shower when I build the shower on site. And of course I also have storage for a battery charger. You never know when you can use that. This is really made basically for coals, to keep coals hot before you put them in a barbecue pit. But in this case I used it to warm up my coffee, and you'll see it there later on in the videos. And I took a fishing pole, go fishing when I get to a lake or a creek or whatever, an umbrella, a table, I took a broom, and of course I wanted to stay busy and do things while I'm there, so I took all my paints to be able to paint while I'm out on the road. You'll see what I painted on my videos later on. But I got all my paints, I got a mosquito repellent, all kinds of things. As you can see right there, I also have my bear spray, knife sharpener. I can also sharpen my axe. I'm just ready for everything. Hopefully it works out great. I have this thing to cook hamburgers with it, or just the meat by itself, or you just gotta be ready for everything. I'm taking all my tools, and I may change my mind, I'll take all of them, but I'm taking tools for any kind of emergency. Sockets, screwdrivers, measuring tapes, garden tools. Then I took all my food. I got chicharron and dry milk, chicken, bags of chicken, vegetables, fruits. I'm taking all the stuff that I need when I travel. And I have space at the bottom to put more food or more paints or whatever I have spaces underneath my bed. I also took my potty, which is a bucket, but it's also, I use it to store, while I'm not using it, I store things in there, such as my heating system, which is those pots. And I have some brushes in there in the meantime to store things while I'm traveling. And this is my solar generator and solar panel that I would pack right here in the back. That way I will have power wherever I go. All I need is for my computers and my cameras and batteries and stuff like that. My shower head that connects to the cigarette lighter, and a grill, a mosquito repellent, it's electric repellent. I try to make it as efficient as I can and store everything underneath. Now I took this boat with me just in case I needed it. Styrofoam is stored underneath my mattress. The styrofoam is, the purpose of that is to protect the boat from ladies' paws, because her nails might poke holes in it. So I use that for her to stand on. See that top? See, the lady will come here, and she would. I would have it tested, but of course not right now until I put that cover on top. That cover will protect it, so the lady can stand on top, and I don't have to worry about making any holes. And I tested it with her on it, and she's on it, enjoying the new boat. And the back is for me to sit on. Again, it supports me very well right there. I may never use this boat, depends how far I get and if I get to a lake at all. And here's my bed. Well, I'm not using the boat. I'll be taking that piece, that's where I sit on, and be putting it underneath the bed. See it? That's where my head goes. Over there's my head, my feet. Lady, my German Shepherd, will go down there, sleeping down there. Not you, I didn't call you. I didn't call you. Okay, so this is my sleeping quarters while I actually, no, you stay down here. You stay down. Okay. When I sleep would be here. When it's overnight, one night only, I sleep in the car, in the van. When is 2, 3, 4 nights, I open the tent, which attaches to the van. You will see that later in the videos. And this will go in the tent, obviously. This will become a table where I can sit and do work here. And then my bed will be obviously in the tent. Okay, so that's where I will keep that part. And everything is my target practice, what I do the target shooting right there. Like I said, I changed it a little bit. And that's where my bed goes, obviously, and that's my suitcases. Okay. I don't usually will be going in and out through here. This is basically to store things, and of course in the rack I'm going to have more storage. I'm waiting to load that before I can close the hatch. My deer warning signals. This one's right here will be, there's one on each side of the vehicle, so as I drive, he alerts the deer that I'm coming and they will go out of the way. Now over here, it's very important that when you pack this thing, you pack it so that it's not all loose looking, because then it'll flap as you drive. Okay, so it's all filled up, that way all the corners, are not loose, and you'll be able to drive it without flapping everywhere. As you can see, I'm going to fill that with some ice bags. And instead of just loose ice, the reason for that is because if I put them in ice bags, I can always empty the little bags to the dog bowl when it melts, and she'll have her water. All right, it's obvious that I'm taking too much stuff with me. But then again, if you're going for a long trip for long periods of time, you're pretty much going to need everything I'm taking. But going for a week, a weekend,
You don't even need half of it. But anyways, now that you've seen what I'm taking, you get a general idea what it's going to take for you to actually travel for a while living in a van with a dog or without a dog. So keep that in mind, and I hope you guys continue with all my videos. This is probably the longest video of all of them because I have to explain a lot of the things I'm taking. But it's a lot of experiences I go through, and I hope you share them with me. See ya.